Hi, Jason Ganal at GQue Barbecue. Today we're going to smoke a pork butt and combine that with the unique, big, bold flavors of Big Red Soda. If that's something you want to see, it's coming up right now. So the inspiration for this video comes from a recent trip I had down to Lockhart, Texas, where I was eating at Smitty's Barbecue. I was introduced to Big Red Soda, first time I ever had it. Definitely a unique flavor, definitely a very bold, sweet flavor. And I thought we would go ahead and pair that with a salty, smoky pork butt and kind of see how that turns out. What I've got here today is about a 7-pound pork butt. We're going to season it lightly with a coat of the rub. What I like about the rub is the color that it gives us. It's also going to give it a nice balanced flavor as well too. We're going to put it in the smoker and we're going to cook it until it does two things. It reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees and the bark forms on it so that it can't be flicked off with our finger. That's important because after we wrap it, the bark will stay in place during the entire cook and give it a nice pretty color. Okay, so the pork butt has been smoking at 225. There's two things we're looking at. The first thing we're looking at is when we put our finger onto the bark and try to remove the bark, we can't. It's stuck there. The second thing we're looking for is just the temperature. This pork butt was pulled at 165 degrees, and that's a good time to wrap the butt. To wrap the butt today, we're definitely going to use the Big Red. We're going to use, about a cup or so. We're going to coat the entire pork butt with the Big Red, and what's left over in the bottom of the pan will be used to help make our Big Red barbecue sauce. So now we're going to wrap the butt, put it back in the smoker, and cook it until it gets just the right feel. Okay, so we pulled our pork butt off the smoker, and I talked about how we're going for a certain feel. This is the best way I can describe it. I'm sure many of you have heard it described a lot of different ways. A hot knife through butter is one, but I like jello. I mean, butter can be different, whether it's margarine or actual butter, so that you got a lot of variety, whereas jello always feels the same. So I teach people to take your probe, put it through a little single serve thing of jello, and that feeling right there is what we're going for on this pork butt. So I'm going to test it at different spots, and it is, I mean, identical all over the place. It feels just like I'm putting it in the jello when I put it in the pork butt. So that's how I know it's done. So the next thing we want to do is make a glaze for the pork butt. We're going to take 5 parts topper and about 1 part Big Red Soda. That Big Red is super strong and we don't want that to overpower the natural barbecue flavor. So now we're just going to go ahead and coat the butt with our Big Red barbecue sauce glaze. So this is just going to go back onto the smoker, unwrap for about 15 minutes so that glaze can set on the pork and just give it one more layer of flavor. So we just pulled this butt off the smoker. I already know it's cooked to perfection because we did the jello test. In this pan there's all of this juice. We're going to use that to make our finishing sauce. So for the first thing I want to do is drain that into a separate cup. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the pork. I mean, it is super tender. The first thing I like to do is pull the bone out. It should just slide right out. While pulling it, I'm taking away any kind of stringy chunks that nobody would want to eat. Next thing we're going to do is make our finishing Big Red sauce for the pork. Take a look at the juice that was in the bottom of that pan. Essentially all that stuff on top is fat, so we want to get that stuff out and we want to use what's on the bottom. I don't have a fat separator today, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of drain off in the trash can this top part of fat. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to dump that over the pulled pork, and now I've got Big Red pulled pork. I'm going to go ahead and season it also with a little bit of the rub. So today's guest taster is going to be Josh. Josh has been working with us for about 3 weeks or so, but he also lived down in the South for about 9 years and is already familiar with Big Red. So it'll be interesting to get his perspective on it and my perspective on it as well, since I had just been introduced to it about 1 month ago. So now for my favorite part, the taste test. Pulled pork is awesome. It's delicate. It's still got texture, smoky. The pork on its own is wonderful. The Big Red I definitely pick up. Josh, what did you think of it?
I like what you've done with it, that it's not too sweet. It definitely has a really kind of a flavor that's reminiscent of it. Kind of reminds me of when I had it a little bit in the South. And the pulled pork, absolutely amazing that it still is able to shine through, even with that little bit of residual sweetness.
Can you taste the Big Red in there?
I can, but it's not overpowering. It's not overwhelming at all.
Yeah, I noticed it too, and that's, I think, super important when we chose what barbecue sauce and stuff to use and how to cut it and all that, that we're not throwing a bunch of sweetness and stuff out there. We're looking to kind of balance it so that we still pick up the flavor of the Big Red as well as the natural flavor of the pork too. Have you guys had Big Red before? Let me know down below in the comments if you like it or you don't like it. So this was okay to me. I probably wouldn't make this just because I'm not a huge fan of Big Red. I'd probably stick to the type of pork I like. If you like this video, if this is something you want to taste or try, or if you're just a fan of Big Red, give us a thumbs up. On our next video, we're going to take bacon, lettuce, and tomato and make a roll-up, kind of like a sushi roll out of that. If that's something you want to see, smash down that subscription button and you won't miss that video or any of our other videos. Also, hit that bell icon that's on there too, and you'll get notified when our videos come out. Until next time, Jason Goodall, GQue Barbecue.
And I'm Josh Clark.
See you guys next time.